Hey real simmers, this is my second attempt at recording this video. The first time around, I was having some issues at the very beginning of the tutorial. I couldn't figure out how to get past a certain level, and it's because the developers actually didn't implement a step that you need to do to advance in the tutorial into the actual tutorial. So I thought this tutorial was going to be more of a newbie tutorial, but it ends up being, I guess, a tutorial for someone that has already played the game and driven the trains in said tutorial, which doesn't make sense. But they have confirmed to me on the forums that they will be changing the tutorial steps to make it easier and more suitable for newbies. So we are going to get started again here with the EU07. And this is a 50-minute passenger service. We're gonna play through this and hopefully have some fun. So let's jump straight in here.
Dzisiaj poprowadzisz pociąg osobowy z Zawiercia do Katowic. Na początku sprawdź łączność z dyżurnym ruchu. To enter the locomotive, approach it and click on the doors or press 1 on a keyboard.
Okay, we're just gonna press 1 to teleport inside there. It's just gonna be the easiest thing, but I found it interesting that this tutorial started out in Polish. A lot of people in the forums were saying that that's the only line in Polish, and then everything else is in English if you have the language of your game set to English in the first place. But let's just jump straight into the cab.
Open the cover on the left side of the panel and move battery enable switch upwards.
Okay, so inside here, we're gonna click the battery, turn that on.
To activate the cabin.
Okay, easy.
Enable radio and set desired channel. Rise the pantograph.
Wait, how do I do that? Okay, I'm stupid.
Wait for the voltage to appear.
I drive this train all the time, yet I do not know how to actually do this. I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'm crazy.
Differential relay breaker is active. Use differential relay breaker reset button.
Okay, so this is where I had an issue the first time I played. I would press this and then nothing happened. Well, it's because you actually have to set the direction control to forward first, but that should be implemented in this tutorial because if I'm a newbie, which I still kinda am, I wouldn't know to do that first, you know? And I have driven this locomotive probably for hundreds of kilometers, but I haven't driven it from a cold and dark state. It's always been started up and ready to go, so I haven't had that problem. So we're gonna throw this thing into forward and now click this button.
Enable the circuit breaker.
And now it actually works.
Enable converter.
Okay, that's this button here.
Wait for charging current to stabilize. Enable compressor. Wait for main tank to fill. Train brake handle is in the cutoff position. Move train brake handle into driving position.
Alright, so we're gonna move that down to running.
Release it using handle on the rear wall of the cabin.
Use the call button on your radio telephone to confirm the readiness of the train dispatcher.
Gosh, this train is so loud I can barely hear myself talking right now. I'm probably gonna have to turn that down in editing. Okay, there we go. Now it's better. Use the call button on your radio to confirm your readiness of the train. Okay.
Zawiercie do 40665 próba łączności.
Oh shoot, we're moving backwards. Oh no, we gotta move forward. I don't want to do anything because I don't want to mess anything up.
To close line conductors, move drive handle to the first position.
There we go.
Increase position of the drive handle.
So we gotta slowly move it up.
Close line conductors, move drive handle to the first position. Successively increase position of the drive handle. Close line conductors, move drive handle to the first position. Successively increase position of the drive handle. To brake, first move shunting and drive handle to 0 position. Train brake handle is in the braking position. Move train brake handle into driving position. To close line conductors, move drive handle to the first position. Successively increase position of the drive handle. close line conductors, move drive handle to the first position. Successively increase position of the drive handle. Drive handle is now on non-resistant position. This is appropriate position for long distance driving. You can also use the shunting handle to increase the power.
We're gonna keep going upwards. We're gonna give this thing more power.
Successively increase position of the drive handle.
I mean, we are only going 60 kilometers an hour, so we're gonna really push this thing to the max. There we go. All the way up.
Drive handle is now on non-resistant position. This is appropriate position for long distance driving. You can also use the shunting handle to increase the power.
Alright, I'm gonna back off a little bit because we're at the speed. Yeah, now we're over speed. This thing gets up to speed pretty quickly, it really does. At first I thought it was a very slow accelerating locomotive, but man, it eats power, and once you get it up, like look at that. Also, I love the animations and the sounds going over junctions, like it sounds so good. It really does. I'm definitely blown away with what they've done so far. Even though this is a playtest, I know that things are not gonna be perfect, you know? Obviously, there's lots of work to be done. We need to be down to 40 kilometers an hour in about a mile, so we're gonna begin braking. We gotta be down to 40 by that next signal. And I do have it set so that the signals glow, you can see it, it's like an artificial glow. I have it set to that just so that I can see them a little bit better, you know, from farther away. All right, there we go. We're down to 40 now for this signal. Perfect. And we drove through on time, cool. 0-minute delay. We're gonna get a little more power on this thing here. Not too much, but just a little bit. Now I see. It's got us down to 40 because we're actually switching here. Like, look at the animations when we pass over this. The rocking of the cabin, like, oh, I love it. It's so good. It's so well done. So good. All right, we have another speed restriction to 40 coming up in about 300 meters. Doing lots of switching right now. Lots of maneuvering, going through a platform. Not stopping though. I love the graphics in this, guys. Like, this looks so good. It really does. Wow. Like, listen to the sounds. Just watch that. Watch the animations on that. The body of the locomotive shifting around. Look at that. Look at that rock. Ugh. I could say it a million times over again. The shadows, so crisp. The motion blur, everything. All right, we're speeding. Let's get in here. All right, our speed limit's up again, so let's get this thing rolling. I'm gonna give this thing some more power just so we get up to the speed limit a little bit quicker here. Yeah, there we go. Now we're really pushing it. Look at that rock. Ugh, so good. Oh shoot, now we're speeding. I've done a lot of multiplayer with this locomotive, so I'm not too concerned about, you know, operating this thing and trying to stop, because at this point, I think I have enough experience to know the basics. But the reason why I really struggled at the beginning, if I'm being honest with you guys, obviously, I already told you, because I haven't done anything relating to starting from cold and dark. This was the first cold and dark start for me, so definitely did not know those steps. But once this thing is moving, I consider myself pretty good to go on my own. All right, our next waypoint is in 6 kilometers, and we are due there by 11:27, so I think we actually are a little late now. I don't know if we can get 6 kilometers in less than a minute, guys. It also does say it on the left side of the screen that we're currently operating on a 3-minute delay, but that might update and get worse. Yeah, we're definitely gonna be about, I'd say 1.5 to 2 minutes late. A little bit better than our current 3-minute delay, but still late nonetheless. I love the scenery. The trees look good. Smokestack. Watching the pollution firsthand. Not so good, but you know, it's still there. Yeah, driving through checkpoint late. So we lost points for being late. I don't like that. I do not like that. I will say, that's one thing that bothers me about Train Sim World. They should not be penalizing you for being late, because what if the lateness isn't your fault, you know? What if something happened in front of you? I think if you're late, you're just late, you know? You should be penalized for things that you can control, like your speed. And also, where you stop on the platform, if you overshoot, if you undershoot, if you stop perfectly. Those are all things that you can control, you know? Lateness, it can be your fault, but not every single case is your fault. All right, we're down to a 1-minute delay now, which is good. Speed limit's down to 100, but I wanna pick up just a little more speed here. I wonder how far we're driving. What's the total time here for this scenario? It said 50 minutes, but there's no way we're driving the whole route. Oh, I love that. Oh, the sounds. It's awesome. I really, really hope this is gonna have VR support. If this has VR support, I am 100% buying a VR headset, because I have been waiting for a train sim to have VR support. Oh, I've been waiting for Train Sim World to do it, but it doesn't seem like it's a priority on their list or on their roadmap. So I'm really hoping that that's gonna actually be a thing for this game, you know? Really hoping, really hoping. All right, let's get up to speed here. Looks like we have a crossing up ahead. Yeah, now we're really making up for lost time, which was my goal. Speed limit's going down to 100 in about 3.5 kilometers. Clear signals ahead. We're driving through another station. Looks like either a crosswalk or another railroad crossing. Oh, we're ahead of time. Okay, do we get bonus points for being ahead of time? Because if we get extra points than what we would have been for being on time, then that's good, because then that could really help you make up for any lateness if you did have that. Developers, if you're watching, that'd be awesome. Our next stop is in about 2.5 kilometers. All right, let's get ourselves down to the 100. I like to bring it down to 110 since we need to be at 100, and then once I get to 110, then I put it back into running, as it does have a little bit of delay on that brake. There we go, perfect. Alright, let's put our full service on. Red signal in 1 kilometer, stop in about 650 meters. I wonder if this is the last stop. Starting to wonder here. There's no way we've done the whole scenario because it said its total time was 50 minutes, but we did spend a little bit of time getting this thing started, you know? Oh, we can stop now. I'm gonna try to push as close as I can to the platform though before I stop. There we go. I wanted to make sure I got less than 100 meters in. Now we should be good. I kind of want to hop out since we do have 2 minutes after all. Here, let's exit. We're gonna have some fun. I will say sometimes when you get out of the locomotive, sometimes you will spawn like down there or inside of the platform. All you have to do is press the space bar and jump up in the air, and then you will kind of land on top, and then you'll be good. You'll be freed from that if that ever happens. But let's just talk about these graphics. Like, come on, look at the textures on this man's outfit. I mean, his face is a little janky. He looks a little like John Mayer, but for the most part, he looks good. Shadows are good. Textures are good, but you have to think, I also have my texture set to half and not full. And I do that because I get so many more frames, and I don't even really notice a difference unless I go like all the way up to something and zoom in, then you notice it's a little more grainy. You know, it's a little lower of a resolution, but nonetheless, when you're looking at things from a distance, everything literally looks the same. Like everything else looks the same. I have my anti-aliasing set very, very high because that's a very important thing for me. I don't do jagged edges, so I like to get that as high as I can without sacrificing too many frames. The clouds look good, the skybox is good, the lighting system's good, the train looks amazing, the animations are good, the sound's good. For the most part, everything is pretty darn good with this game. I cannot lie to you. I really can't. We do have a shorter train this time around. 3 carriages, sorry. All right, 20 seconds remaining. Let's put ourselves back inside. Let's close the door here. There we go. And we are ready to get going. So let's take off our brake. I don't know which button we hit, so I'm gonna hit all of them.
Nowa Górnicza do 40665. Będzie wjazd?
Wyjazd postawi się na sygnał skończony do pierwszy samochodu setki.
No zrozumiałem.
Oh, malfunction. I think this is a part of what they said about there basically being random events through scenarios as you play. Like random things can happen that'll basically give you variation in the gameplay. So if you play the same service, you're not going to play it over and over and over again, and it's basically the same thing. Every time you play could aid a different outcome because of random events. And I guess, I'm assuming, this is one of those random events, signal malfunction. So we can only go as fast as 40 kilometers an hour through this next signal, and most likely other signals as well. So let's keep going. That's really cool. As you can see down on the message log, they say exit will happen on subsidiary signal onto track number 1 due to malfunction. That's awesome. I love that kind of stuff. That's what we need. Variation in gameplay. I love the competitiveness that this sim is going to be bringing to the market. Oh, we are definitely speeding. Let's slow down. My bad. 20, not 40, Matt. 20. I don't know what you were doing, but now you're losing points for it, so figure it out. I love a game that adds variation. Love it. It's so important because that gives replay value. When you have that, that makes you want to come back to the game because it's just gonna be a different experience every time, you know? I wanna be on my toes because that's how the railroad works in the real world. Every time you're out driving a train, you can't predict what's going to happen out on the line, you know, with anything. That's why I'm like so shocked that that's not something that Dovetail Games has introduced with their train sims, you know? It's like, it's such a realistic element. And so many different things, so many random events can be added over time with updates, you know? There could always be more that comes to that. There's no such thing as too much, and maybe you could give the player control in the settings menu to choose, hey, what's the percentage that these things can happen, and you can choose if you want them to occur more frequently or not, you know? Another crossing. I will say I do love the variation though. Give me random events, but I don't want to be 20 kilometers an entire route. I will be asleep. I've had enough of that with the US freight that Dovetail gives us in the train sim world. Oh boy. It's for a very specific kind of player. It really, really is. I mean, it's fun at first, you know, it's something new, but eventually it's not for me. It really isn't. And I try to pretend like it is for me, but it is definitely not for me. Jeez, how long are we gonna be crawling? We're getting ready to pass the next signal. 2.25 kilometers till the next stop. But I can bet you we're probably, oh yay, we can speed up now, thank God. Oh, this is glorious. Was waiting for that. But it's cool though, you know, that is an option. That is in the game. That can happen. I love that. Please give us variation. Give us all the variation. now we're gonna be very late because of that. But I hope that, you know, those points aren't sacrificed because, again, that's a lateness we can't control, signal malfunction, you know? That has nothing to do with our score as a driver. It's not personal. There we go, get ourselves up to speed just to try to make up as much time as we possibly can. All right, our stop's in 1 kilometer. Let's get this thing down. Oh, I'm really gonna pump on the brakes because now I'm nervous I might not be able to stop in time. Oh, there we go, perfect. Perfect, look at that, 15. 5th freaking teen. All right. And as you can see, our timing is updated on the left side of the screen. Now we're red with a 6-minute delay. I love how that's constantly updating. You know, you can constantly see what's going on. Also, I cannot wait for the single player playtest to roll out. I love multiplayer, but I do want to try doing some solo stuff. I have to say, because as much as I love playing with other people, there have been a lot of issues where players are joining dispatch, not knowing what they're doing, messing trains up and all of that, but with single player, it's just you versus the bots. And yes, granted, the issues with the bots, they're going to happen, they're going to exist still, you know? Also, I'm hearing a lot of brakes. Huh, it did release the brakes. Do I need to go into the fill position? There we go. What was that? Boom, did you guys hear that? Boom, what was that for? What was that? Is that intentional? Bong. It literally sounded like a voice actor was in the studio with the mic going bong. That's hilarious. I don't know if that's intentional, if it sounds like that in real life. Obviously, I wouldn't know. I'm American. I don't drive Polish trains, but that's freaking awesome. I hope that's not a glitch. All right, next stop is Bedson, guys. Trying not to butcher the names. Normally I wouldn't even try to pronounce them, you know? All right, we have a caution signal up ahead with a restriction of 100. Let's get ourselves up to speed. There we go. All right, we're gonna stop at 90, actually. Speed restriction, 200 meters, then a speed limit of 102 kilometers, but then right after it goes down to 90, so we're just gonna reserve ourselves here. I want to get a good outside look of us going over a junction, so I'm gonna wait till I see one up ahead. And then I'm gonna switch out to the outside camera view. Those outside signals are way too loud. All right, we gotta come down to a stop. We have a 40 restriction in about 800 meters. Give ourselves just a little bit of power before this signal. Get ourselves pretty close to 40. I want to see other trains. Are there other AI trains in this tutorial, or is it just us? I like seeing other traffic, you know, and being able to deal with that, because I'm sure there's other trains that could encounter delays. Not just yours, you know? But then those delays could give you delays. Or your delays could give them delays. It's just like a snowball effect. It's like dominoes, you know? That's what I love about random events and those sort of things occurring on the railroad. Oh, I want to see this. Look at that. Look at those animations. Beautiful. Beautiful. Lots of shifting. All right, we're speeding. I gotta get back in here. All right, next stop in about 800 meters. We're currently operating on a 6-minute delay. And whoa, what the hell's going on with the train? What's the speed jumping around for? Whoa, did you guys see that? Is that a glitch in the track or? Weird. Here, let me put the brake on and release it. Okay, that seemed to fix it. That's very strange. Very strange. This is a playtest. Don't forget that, guys. Don't forget that. I often forget that too. I'm like, why is this occurring? And I'm like, oh wait, Matt, you're not even playing the game. You're playing a playtest of it. Obviously, you know, the whole point is to find bugs or create bugs and see what the game can or can't handle and report what happens. It's not going to be perfect. It's not release ready right now. And honestly, for it being in that state, it actually runs pretty darn good. Pretty impressed. We can stop pretty far back if we want to because our train is a lot shorter, but we're just gonna stop here. Oh, 8-minute delay, yikes. I was just getting ready to say, I don't think we're delayed anymore, guys, because it said 0 minute, but I think it just needed to update. Now it's even worse. Yeah, we're supposed to be here at 11:45. That's hilarious. I love those little like announcements that you hear. I heard that there's like a PIS. Ooh, behind schedule. You know, you can hear stuff at the station if you have the windows open. Even though the sounds really don't change too much. Between open and close, I hope that's updated. Like it's the same. I don't really notice any difference. Nothing's muffled more. Maybe it's because we're hearing the engine behind us, which is probably actually realistic. But you can hear PIS stuff outside apparently, and also, you know, having that radio. I don't think we have that in multiplayer. I didn't remember hearing that in multiplayer, but still. I love that, you know, we're departing now, heading here. I can see why they don't do that in multiplayer because there's so much going on, but with missions, it's preset for where you need to be going, you know? Oh, here we go, lots of dancing around. wonder if we're gonna be switching onto this right track. Yep, we are. All right, let's get this thing moving. Oh my god, it did it again! Did you hear it? Boom! Is that normal? Is that real? Is that a joke? What is that? Our delay got a little bit better, 7 minutes now, down from 8. We'll see where things end up though. Next waypoint, 2 kilometers. Speed drops to 90. Let's lay off the throttle here, get ourselves down a little bit. And then following, we have 70 and about 3¼ kilometers. All right, and then our next stop is Katowice. Don't know if I'm saying that correctly. And that is 3¾ kilometers. Which, actually that might be our last stop, I think. I think that's the end of this route, on the southern end, I believe. I could be wrong though. Oh my god, was I supposed to sound a warning signal? What exactly was that? See, this is a learning experience. I wish it would have said, you need to sound a warning signal now. You know, that way I would have known, but oh well, it is what it is. Oh, we got a 40 restriction coming up. I've noticed sometimes I have to press that brake releaser. The brake pipe doesn't fully release even if I put this to running and take off the brake. I don't know if that's supposed to happen or not, but I've learned quite a bit of things that I have to do while playing on multiplayer, you know? Yeah, we're switching tracks. Lots of switching happening. I can't wait to do the other tutorials. They're probably gonna be loads of fun too. I'll probably record them right after this. We still have another 1.25 miles before the next stop. Did I say 1.25 miles? I meant 1.25 kilometers, my bad. I like to use the measurements of whatever country I'm in. Yup, we're coming to the end of the line, which is Katowice. Are you switching anymore? Nope. All right, we're already late, so we're just gonna stop way ahead of the end of the platform. Since we can, it's letting us know at the top there. There we go. Awesome. Look at that. It shows you your time, your arrival, your time. Shows you 5 minutes late, 7, 7, 7, 8. So we ended up progressively getting worse. I love that. That's really cool. We drove 44 kilometers, took 53 minutes right on time, and we gained 4,000 experience. Cool. And you can even look at a graph. It literally makes a graph for you. Sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't, but I think this is pretty cool. All right, cool. Let's head to the main menu. That's gonna be it, guys. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're excited for the game. I'm pretty sure you can still apply for the playtesting. I didn't think I was gonna get in, but I did, which is awesome. So shout out to them. But that's it for this video. Take care. Happy rail simming.